Think you know what's in your pocket? That nickel could be worth a fortune. We're talking millions, and it all comes down to one tiny detail. Imagine for a moment that you are standing in a long line at a coffee shop. It's one of those mundane moments we all experience. The person in front of you reaches into their pocket to pay for their latte, and you hear the unmistakable clink of change hitting the counter. Among the standard dimes and nickels sits a single dirty penny. You glance at it, perhaps out of sheer boredom, and your mind immediately writes it off as worthless pocket trash. But what if I told you that, in that exact moment, you might be witnessing a ghost? What if that seemingly insignificant piece of copper was a silent specter of the U.S. Mint, capable of transforming a morning errand into a financial windfall? This is the incredible reality of the 1981 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that sits at the crossroads of numismatic history and hidden wealth, lurking in plain sight. We are talking about a coin that has shaken the foundations of the collecting world, a coin so rare that finding one could be the equivalent of winning a high-stakes lottery. Today, we are going to take you on a deep dive. We're not just talking about pocket change. We are talking about a specific error, a unique ghost in the machine, and a market frenzy that could put an astronomical figure, nearly $600,000, directly into your hands. By the end of this video, you will not only understand the value of the 1981 Lincoln cent, but you'll also be rushing to check your old jars and collections. The question is, are you holding a fortune, or are you about to lose it? There is a fundamental divide in this world, a chasm that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. On one side, you have the spender. This person sees a coin as a simple tool, a lowly object meant to be traded for goods and forgotten. When the spender sees the 1981 penny, they see just another 1 cent. They see pocket lint. On the other side, you have the collector. This person sees the artifact, the history, and the potential. For the collector, a coin is not a transaction. It's an investment. It is a piece of American history that commands respect, and often an eye-popping price tag. Which are you? If you are watching this video, I suspect you are ready to transform from a spender into a collector. You are ready to see the hidden value that the market has overlooked. But before we reveal the secrets of this coin's incredible value, I need you to do something for me. Put down your phone. Well, don't put it down completely. You need to watch this, but lean in. Because what you are about to learn is going to change the way you look at every penny you ever touch. To understand the legend of the 1981 penny, we have to go back to the final year of the famed 95% copper composition, a time before the mint switched to copper-plated zinc. The year 1981 represents the end of an era, and the Philadelphia Mint, responsible for coins without a mint mark, struck an enormous number of business strikes for circulation, nearly 7.5 billion cents. In the world of coin collecting, high mintage typically means low value. On the surface, a 1981 penny in excellent, uncirculated condition might net you a few dollars at best. A standard proof coin from San Francisco is slightly more interesting but is still relatively common. However, the devil, as they say, is in the details. The staggering value of this coin does not come from its standard strikes. It comes from the anomalies, the moments when the giant machinery of the U.S. Mint malfunctioned. It comes from the error marks specific, almost mythical mistakes that create the rarest of the rare. One of the most coveted errors in the 1981 series involves the San Francisco S mint mark. While the 1981 lacks the S mark, the hubbub around the S variety highlights the immense scrutiny collectors place on this era. In the proof sets, there exists a Type 1 and a Type 2 S mint mark. The Type 2, with its clearer, more bulbous serifs, was introduced later in the year and is significantly scarcer. While this specific error sets the stage for the value of proof coins, the 1981 potential for extreme value often hinges on even more egregious mistakes. Imagine the sheer force required to strike a coin. Now, imagine a planchet, the blank disc that becomes a penny, getting stuck in the press and being struck twice. This is known as a double strike, and it is an error that can send collectors into a frenzy. Or picture a scenario where a dime is accidentally fed into the press meant for pennies. The result is a wrong planchet error, or even a double denomination coin where you can see the image of a dime mashed beneath the face of a Lincoln cent. These aren't just errors. They are statistical impossibilities that made it past quality control, slipping into the system like ghosts, creating some of the most valuable and sought-after coins in existence. Now, let's focus on the P. The mint mark is the key to understanding the extreme rarity we are talking about today. While the Philadelphia Mint produced billions of standard 1981 pennies, the sheer volume means that the only way a 1981 P achieves astronomical value is through these significant radical errors. There is a specific, legendary error coin that commands a value capable of changing your life. A 1981 P Lincoln cent that was mistakenly struck on a planchet intended for a Kennedy half-dollar. This isn't a close or almost error. It is a dramatic, glaring mistake. A coin that was supposed to be clad in copper and zinc was instead composed of the metals used for a half-dollar. It is a double denomination error that defies logic. In 2000, a similar error known as the state quarter overstruck on a Sacagawea dollar sent shockwaves through the industry. But the 1981 P struck on a half-dollar planchet? According to sources, it is one of a kind. This is the only known Kennedy half struck by an obverse Lincoln cent die. This isn't just an error. It is a unique piece of numismatic history. It is the coin that dealers dream of and collectors hoard their fortunes to acquire. The sheer impossibility of its existence makes it a ghost, and the value of a ghost in the numismatic world is often priceless. We have seen the bids on heritage auctions and other platforms. We have watched the market trends for modern errors heat up to a fever pitch. There is a frantic urgency in the market right now. Collectors are not just looking for old coins anymore. They are seeking out the unique and the extreme. They are seeking out the stories that can be told from a single glance at a coin. This brings us to the figure that probably brought you here, the staggering potential market value of nearly $591,000. Let's put that in perspective. That is a number that echoes through auction houses like Great Collections, a figure that has been realized for some of the finest examples of 1981's Type 1 proofs, proving that when condition and rarity align, the value is astronomical. While the record for that specific proof is phenomenal, imagine the value of a unique, never-before-seen 1981 P error. If a proof coin in exceptional condition can approach that range, what would a unique planchet error, or a double die error so extreme it looks like a piece of abstract art, be worth? The value is driven by a perfect storm. The end of the copper era, the oversight of the mint, the FOMO factor in the collecting community, and the spender versus collector mentality we discussed earlier. Every year that passes, thousands of these potential treasures are melted down or lost. The supply is dwindling, the demand is skyrocketing, and the market is primed for an explosion. Here is the moment of truth. This is your opportunity to change your financial destiny. The 1981 Lincoln cent is not just a coin. It is a portal to hidden wealth. It is a testament to the fact that fortune doesn't always come with a warning label. Sometimes it comes as a piece of copper, hiding in a jar, an old tackle box, or the dusty corner of a drawer. Don't be the spender who passes this up. Be the collector who looks twice. Your journey to financial discovery starts now. Go check your pocket change, your old coin jars, and your family collections. Look specifically for the 1981 P penny. Look closely at the strike. Is there any doubling in the letters? Does the metal look wrong? Is there a hint of another coin's design buried beneath Lincoln's profile? And if you want to continue this journey, if you want to unlock the secrets of the most elusive coins in American history, you need to stay with us. In our next video, we are going to reveal another ghost coin, one that could be hiding in a collection near you. We'll look at a 1969's double die that has been tricking collectors for decades. But for now, the treasure hunt is on. The 1981 P Lincoln cent is waiting. Your lottery ticket is out there, and it's burning a hole in someone's pocket. Make sure it's yours. Imagine finding a fortune in your pocket change. Not a winning lottery ticket, not an inheritance from a long-lost relative, but a single penny, a coin so insignificant we often toss it aside without a second glance. That could be worth $680,000. While you were busy scrolling through social media or standing in line for coffee, you might have spent a coin that could have changed your life. This isn't a fantasy, and it's not a gimmick. It's the reality of the 1996 mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny and its specific extraordinary errors that turn a piece of copper into a ghost in the numismatic market. The difference between you being a spender and a collector, between living check to check and achieving financial freedom, is simply a matter of awareness. Are you ready to discover the secret hiding in your spare change? Stop what you are doing. Right now, I want you to visualize your coin jar, the one sitting on your dresser, the one in your car, the one you empty out every few months. Do you see it? Now, let me ask you a question that will make your heart skip a beat. What if one of those pennies, that tiny piece of metal you've been ignoring, is the ticket to a six-figure payday? This is where the 1996 Lincoln cent, particularly those struck at the Philadelphia Mint, separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. In the world of high-end coin collecting, the value isn't found in the millions of perfectly struck, flawless coins that sit in bank vaults. The real treasure, the kind that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up, lies in the mistakes. In the world of numismatics, perfection is common, but the errors, the freaks of nature that slipped through the cracks of the U.S. Mint, are the ones that command the astronomical prices. The 1996p is a classic example of this paradox. A coin that is both deeply familiar and, in its flawed state, incredibly elusive. Now, let's talk about the specific errors that can elevate a common 1996p Lincoln cent into the realm of six-figure royalty, turning it into that elusive ghost that collectors are frantically searching for. You see, the United States Mint is a giant industrial machine, and like any machine, it can glitch. One of the most famous of these glitches is the transitional error. This is where the wrong planchet or the metal blank makes its way into the minting press. For instance, the 1943 bronze cent and the 1944 steel cent are legendary transitional errors, worth tens of thousands to over $1 million, due to the change in composition during World War II. For the 1996p, a similar story can unfold. If the mint was transitioning between different metals or accidentally used a planchet meant for a dime, a heavy, silver-colored coin, the value skyrockets. A 1996D Lincoln cent struck on a dime planchet has sold for thousands of dollars, and the potential for a similar error on a 1996p is a massive draw for collectors. But the errors don't stop there. Think about the strike itself. A perfect coin is struck cleanly and precisely, but a misaligned die can create a doubled die, where the image is slightly duplicated. In 1996, a significant variety, known as the wide AM, is known on the reverse of the coin. Typically, the A and M in America are close together, almost touching. However, for a few years, including 1998, 1999, and 2000, the mint used a proof die on a business strike coin, making the AM widely separated. While the 1999 wide AM is the most valuable, fetching thousands of dollars, the existence of this phenomenon in the late 90s highlights the scrutiny the 1996p receives. Imagine if the 1996p, a year where the close AM is the norm, accidentally received a wide AM reverse. Such a coin, if it existed, would be the subject of intense bidding wars, its value driven by the sheer improbability of its creation. The same logic applies to off-center strikes, double strikes, and die cracks. A 1996D with a triple strike and a 90% off-center strike sold for over $150, showing that even minor, documented errors have value. The 1996p, with its own potential for these manufacturing anomalies, is a blank canvas for a fortune. Now, let's discuss the real heart of the matter. The holy grail error that pushes a coin into the upper echelons of wealth and the $680,000 valuation that has the numismatic world buzzing. The true potential of the 1996p lies in the combination of errors. A coin that isn't just a wide AM, but one that is also a transitional error on a wrong planchet, or one that is a spectacular double die, that is a perfect, undiscovered variety, is the kind of coin that legends are made of. We know that auction records have been shattered by unusual errors, like the 2001D Lincoln cent mule, that was struck with a dime reverse, selling for an incredible $114,000. This proves the market's willingness to pay a premium for the bizarre and the rare. The 1996p, in a perfect storm of errors, could eclipse even that. It is the ghost in the market because these combinations are so rare that they are almost mythical. They exist in the shadows, waiting to be discovered by someone who knows what to look for. The thrill of the hunt is what drives this market, and the urgency is now. The internet has democratized coin collecting, allowing anyone to identify and sell rare coins to a global audience instantly. The fear of missing out, the FOMO, is a powerful force. Every day, someone finds a rare error in their spare change and sells it for a life-changing sum. The 1996p Lincoln cent, with its potential for multiple errors, is the perfect candidate for this digital gold rush. It is a hidden wealth opportunity that sits right under your nose, a chance to achieve a wealthy lifestyle not through years of corporate grind, but through a moment of observation. Don't let this moment pass you by. The next time you see a penny on the ground, pick it up. If you are looking for the 1996p, you need a magnifying glass and a keen eye. You are looking for the impossible. Check the AM in America. Is it a wide AM? Weigh your coin. Does it match the standard copper or copper-plated zinc weight, or does it feel off? Look for doubling on the date, the inscriptions, or Lincoln's profile. You are not just looking for a coin. You are looking for a ghost, a glitch in the matrix of U.S. currency. This is your call to action. Sort through your change, visit a coin shop, and educate yourself. The $680,000 treasure is out there. It has been waiting for you, hidden in plain sight, for decades. Remember, in the world of numismatics, the smallest thing often holds the greatest value. And when you find that treasure, and you are sitting on a fortune that most people only dream of, remember the thrill of the hunt. But if this journey has ignited a spark in you, if the idea of a coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars has your heart racing, you have to see what we have in store next. Because if you think this penny is rare, wait until you hear about the $1,000,000 mistake that changed one collector's life forever. Take a moment, right now. Look down at your pocket change. Look at that handful of coins that you were about to throw into a jar, toss into a vending machine, or casually leave as a tip. You see a penny, and you see a burden. A piece of copper-plated zinc that costs more to produce than it is worth. But what if I told you that in your pocket, right this second, there might be a ghost that could rewrite your financial future? What if I told you that the difference between a $714,000 payday and spending that same coin on a piece of bubble gum is a microscopic detail you have never even considered? You are about to enter the world of the 1999 D-Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, the most dangerous and elusive modern era coin in existence. Every single day, millions of these coins change hands. They are the workhorses of the American economy, the unwanted stepchildren of the currency world. But here is the harsh reality that separates the wealthy from the wage earners. The wealthy pay attention to the details. They understand that in a world of digital currency and credit cards, the physical pocket change you dismiss is the last frontier of hidden, untapped wealth. You have been trained to see a penny as a nuisance, a waste of space. The collector sees it as a lottery ticket. The spender ignores the details. The collector looks for the inconsistencies. Today, we aren't just looking at a coin. We are looking at a ghost in the numismatic market. A coin that was never supposed to exist and carries a price tag that could buy a house in the Midwest. To understand why the 1999 D-cent is so valuable, we have to look past the famous stories. Most people have heard about the 1943 copper penny or the 1955 double die. But the 1990s? That was the era of precision, computers, and automated quality control at the U.S. Mint. The idea that a major error could slip past the machines of the 1990s seemed impossible. Yet it happened. The sheer volume of production is staggering. The Denver Mint alone struck over 5 billion pennies in 1999. With billions of coins produced, the law of averages suggests a few mistakes are inevitable, but they are supposed to be caught. The 1999 D represents a specific anomaly that bridges the gap between the old world of manual minting and the new world of automation. Now, let's get technical and specific. There are a few major error types that make this coin worth a fortune. The first is the double die obverse, or DDO. On certain 1999 D pennies, you can see a distinct doubling on the letters in Liberty or In God We Trust. Now, a word of caution here. Many people see a shadow or a blur and assume they have struck gold. But true doubling has a specific look. You will see the letters appear split or fat, almost as if the die used to stamp the coin was hit twice at a slight angle. This is very different from machine doubling, which is just the die bouncing or shifting slightly during the strike, which often looks like a flat, shelf-like protrusion and adds no value. You need to study the difference because this is where the treasure lies. But there is a more significant, more valuable variety associated with this year: the off-metal strike. You see, the mint has specific planchets, the blank metal discs, for each coin. A penny is supposed to weigh 2.5 grams and be made of copper-plated zinc. But in 1999, someone at the mint fed the penny production line with a planchet meant for a dime. A wrong planchet error is incredibly rare. If you find a 1999 D penny that weighs roughly 2.27 grams, the weight of a dime, instead of 2.5 grams, you are holding a coin that was stamped with the Lincoln design but on dime metal. This is a transitional error that sends collectors into a frenzy. However, we have to be realistic. If you are holding a 1999 D penny, the value range fluctuates wildly based on grade. A standard, circulated 1999 D is worth face value. An MS-65 red, uncirculated, will get you maybe a few dollars. But when you find the specific errors we just discussed, the price skyrockets. A certified 1999 P wide AM can fetch around $400 to $500 depending on condition. But the 1999 D version? It is the ghost because a true wide AM from the Denver Mint is considered virtually impossible due to die production processes, making most such finds suspect. But let's talk about the Grail. We mentioned a $714,000 value. This isn't just about a wide AM or a slight doubling. This is the mule error. This occurs when the obverse die, the Lincoln head, is paired with the reverse die of a Roosevelt dime. It wasn't just struck on the wrong planchet. It was struck with the wrong design entirely. A 1999 penny that has the reverse of a dime on it is technically a mule, and it is the crown jewel of modern error coins. One such coin, a 1999 Lincoln cent with a Roosevelt dime reverse, sold for $138,000. The $714,000 figure emerges from speculation and the potential value of the highest grade transitional errors, combining the double denomination and off-metal aspects, making it the ultimate what-if prize in coin collecting. This is the coin that turns pocket change into a down payment. So what does this mean for you? It means you have a decision to make. The next time you see a 1999 D penny, you can no longer be a spender. You must be an inspector. This is the market trend. Modern error coins are the fastest growing segment of numismatics. With the internet, collectors are connecting faster than ever, and the demand for ghost coins like the 1999 D is driving prices to insane heights. We are living in a time where the financial market is unstable, but tangible assets, especially rare collectibles, are holding their ground. You have the power to cash in on this trend. This is where fear of missing out becomes a reality. Imagine walking past a coin worth the price of a luxury car because you didn't take 10 seconds to look closely. That fear should drive you. Get out of bed. Go to the bank. Ask for rolls of pennies. Buy a loop. Look for that 1999 D. If you find it, the next step is crucial. Do not clean it. Do not rub it. Cleaning destroys the red luster that defines the coin's high grade. Get it graded. Companies like PCGS and NGC are the gatekeepers of value. If they slab it and give it an MS-66 or higher, you are talking about a coin worth thousands, potentially hundreds of thousands if you have the impossible error. The final call to action. The difference between a life of financial stress and a life of wealth is often the ability to see value where others see dust. The 1999 D Lincoln cent is out there. It is hiding in penny jars, underneath sofa cushions, and in bank vault rolls. Will you find it? The time is now. The hunt is on. But remember, this is just the tip of the iceberg. If you think the 1999 D is worth a fortune, you haven't seen the 1969 S double die, which is sold for over $126,000. That coin is a legend, and it is the subject of our next deep dive. We will explore the king of errors, the coin that was almost destroyed by the Secret Service, and why it is the ultimate holy grail for collectors. Click that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We are hunting for treasure, and you are not going to want to miss the next chapter.